Now this. Hall & Oates, Loggins and Messina, Tango and Cash. When it comes to professional relationships, who gets top billing is quite important. Glad the White House has got it down.
A Harris administration together with Joe Biden as the president of the United States.
Harris-Biden administration is going to relaunch that effort.
President-elect Harris took hers today for the same reason.
President Harris and I took a virtual tour of a vaccination center in Arizona.
It's a little confusing, right? Now, a leaked memo indicates White House communication staffers should reportedly refer to Joe and Kamala as Biden-Harris administration in official public communications instead of Biden administration, has been done in previous White Houses. Fox News has requested comment from the White House about the change, have not heard back. Joining us now is someone who spent time at the White House, George W. Bush's White House, who had a running mate named Dick Cheney, but he was not on all the letterhead. Ari Fleischer now joins us. Ari, there's 15 executive departments. It's all switched now to Biden-Harris. Do you read anything into this?
Well, Walter Cronkite, let me tell you, my take on this is either one of two things. Either Joe Biden is being incredibly gracious and just wants to extend the rubric of the administration to his vice president, or it's a real sign, and it could be both, that Joe Biden is definitely a one-term president. At the age of 82, he has no intention of running for re-election, and he's paving the way now for his preferred candidate to succeed him, Kamala Harris. I strongly suspect it's the latter much more than the former.
Right. Now, something else that's going on, and it might be because the former senator, former attorney general is new to the job, but as you know, the military is escorting in and off military planes. She seems not to be saluting the Marines, the Army, who's ever the military officer there, who's greeting her. Is that a problem?
You know, I think it's a mistake by her. I'm not going to throw the book at her on this. You know, I just think it's one of these things where if you respect the military, if you're aware of who they are, their service to the country, it's just kind of the thing you intrinsically, automatically do when somebody salutes you, you salute back. Now, I will say Ronald Reagan started that tradition. Ronald Reagan was a veteran. He was familiar with being saluted at and saluting back. She's not. And interestingly, Brian, the vice president is not in the military chain of command. So, you know, when somebody salutes the president, that's the chain of command, even though he's not in a uniform.
Gotcha.
Vice president is not even in a uniform and is not in the military chain of command. It's the president to the secretary of defense and down from there. But still, the point remains the same. It's just good manners.
Absolutely.
You should respect the military when they salute back.
And I'm also respecting the fact that there's a measure moving through the House and into the Senate now, H.R. 1, that's going to federalize elections. We can get into detail, but it'll change elections, and it will be election day like we've never had before, more like election month. As H.R. 1, we're trying to give the voting to more and more people, according to the Democrats. Isn't it ironic they're trying to take a House seat away in Iowa, and even two Democrats think this is out of bounds? Ironic?
Yeah, what's happening in Iowa is an absolute power grab, and everybody should be alarmed about what Nancy Pelosi is trying to engineer. Look, this is nothing at all like what happened on January 6th. On January 6th, some Republicans, not all, some Republicans voted to disallow the election of Biden. It would not have resulted in putting in Donald Trump. It just would have sowed confusion. Here, this is an internal coup. What they're trying to do is throw out the incumbent Republican and replace her with a different Democrat. That is a total difference from January 6th. And it's an abuse of power. If the House goes through with this, I think there's going to be hell to pay. There's going to be such a rebellion going on in the House. And if I'm Kevin McCarthy, whoever wins by the narrowest margin by the Democrats when he's Speaker.
Miller Meeks won the election. She got sworn in. She's sitting. Rita Hart. They say, well, she wants an election. She didn't go to Iowa. She's actually going to the federal government to get her seat back. And even Democrats are upset by it. And I remember something similar happened in the 80s with Newt Gingrich when he was a minority member, and it helped him become Speaker of the House. Ari, it's just unbelievable what's happening now. Do you expect H.R. 1 to actually get green-lighted in a simple majority?
You know, I can't see it passing in the Senate. You know, it's public financing in campaigns, which taxpayers have always objected to. Why should my money go to pay for Nancy Pelosi? Why should Democrat money go to pay for Marjorie Taylor Greene?
You got it.
I don't think it'll pass the Senate.
He is Ari Fleischer. Thanks so much, Ari. I appreciate you closing the show with me.